Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MoMoVs The Bazaar. And boy, howdy, we had quite the crazy run. It was a typical shield dually run, but just watch out for day 7. Day 7 goes insane. But other than that, I want to talk about a few things before jumping into this. I explained a decent bit throughout the run, but Force Field here is a pretty good shield item. It gets to the point in a run where you might not even need your core or anything else. Like, the core is nice, has some nice skills, but your main focus wants to be building around force field. And how do you do that? Mainly taking some skills is probably your best friend. And in particular, something like reserve shield, right? If you have reserve shield, you gain shield equal to your max HP. So that almost makes other items irrelevant, right? So you use the force field, gain percentage equal to your max health. Then when you fire it off again, hopefully you still have enough shield. And then you get to do all that shielding as damage. I don't see too many shield dualies out there. However, it's quite the powerful build. And there's another one besides backup defenses, right? Same idea. You get a big shield equal to your max HP when you fall below half health. But there's one where you get a big shield equal to your max HP at the start of the round. And that one is probably the best skill to get because you don't have to wait for reserve shield. You could take reserve shield is more controlled if you have something like a battery, hasting this to fire off twice in a row. That being said, if you have the option, you're going to take it no matter what. So throughout this run, importantly, getting shield skills is very good, but these in particular, and secondary objective is gaining as much HP as possible, and that's what I was trying to do. Real quick though, the beginning recording I think was a little corrupt, so I might do like an audio over it unless I can fix it in post edit. So without further ado, enjoy the run. Hello everybody, welcome back to MoMoVs The Bazaar, and I'm going to be doing a commentary over the first half of this run, basically up to day 7, because I was able to save my corrupt file, but the audio came out very robotic. I don't think that's very pleasing to the ears. I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, there's no way I could put this up like that. So my commentary is muted. You'll see that there is someone talking there, but the words aren't matching up with who I'm doing here. This is the live, this is the recording. I'm doing commentary over it. So, we have a shield build here, and it's kind of like a treat because I can give post-analysis of my live commentary on the spot. So yeah, first fight here, we're taking Banana Ball out of all those options. Also, I'm doing the thing right now. If you see, check this out on my right. People come by, dropping likes, comments, all that sort of stuff. Don't forget, you can also subscribe, completely free, helps me out a ton. Anyways, take Banana Ball fight. Gives the option of duct tape, and you want all the chances to get shield items. So that's pretty good. Other than that, not too much is going on. Again, by day 7, things will return to normal live commentary, but until then, we're kind of watching this together. This will be like a movie experience for both of us. So, we don't get duct tape, but we get bananas, which is really good. And we take big fins here, I believe. At least that's what I would do if I was playing right now. Max HP and more shielding on our core is not bad. Again, we wish we had a shield item for that, but no big deal. Little value lost. We're just glad we got a shield item before the first fight, because it gives us something to scale up. And something to note about armored core and weaponized core in particular, that's some of like the earliest form of scaling there is. And so I think oftentimes you have a pretty strong day 1 fight with these cores. So that's pretty cool. Needless to say, yeah, this fight here in particular, you can show, it kind of shines, right? Scaling up the welding helmet provides pretty big shield numbers compared to her damage, right? which should give us a first fight victory here. And that's what it looks like it exactly is doing. Yeah, it took me a little bit to recover this file, but it was such a cool game that I have to show it. I have to do some commentary over it, which I'm totally cool with if you guys are. Weapon skills, we take frontal shielding there. That's probably one of the best bronze tier skills we could have got, in this moment. Take a shield item. Your null bar is probably one of the worst shield items. Like, yeah, it's a big number, but the fact you run out, not good. But there's your bread and butter. We just picked up force field, and we're thinking about picking up these other weapons. They're not shield items. Because first off, Tesla coil charges faster, right? It has a charge thing and increases or decreases when you use an item next to it, which would, in theory, speed up the core faster than some other items. So that's why we take it there. And we actually take Rogue Scrapper. So this being a day 2 fight is so interesting. That was one of the changes they made. They took out Boar Warrior for Rogue Scrapper day 2 fight as the hard fight. Rogue Scrapper really isn't that hard of a fight to beat. You basically have to be able to beat Junkyard Bot and the Junkyard Club. So 60 damage, 60 healing on a very slow cooldown. And by this time, you should be able to do that. We do so because we have so much shielding, and that allows Force Field to smack in. Junkyard Club, not all that interesting. Also, I'm sorry for there's no game sounds as well. That kind of got staticky. Nonetheless, you'll notice we'll be pushing XP a decent amount. Back to Big Fins, though, right? Tell me you go back to Big Fins, Momo. Oh, please go there. And yeah, that's plus 10 shielding and everything. And 10 shielding early on, just like 5 regen early on, is a big deal. And here I'm explaining how Tesla Coil, I believe I'm explaining, I don't know for sure. I'm explaining how Tesla Coil will probably trigger the core faster since they charge each other. And that's the big thing here is charging the core to give more scaling to force field, therefore smacking our opponents. We have a pufferfish barrel build to go against. And the cool thing about poison builds is they don't pressure your shield. So that means you get to smack big numbers to your opponents with it, right? Because your shield actually doesn't go down. So I talked about this in an early video, but there's kind of like a triangle of sorts between shielding, poisoning, and just and burning, and which counters which. And yeah, poison usually counters shield because it goes through the shield, right? Your shield numbers are irrelevant unless you have a force field or spiky shield where you can smack that poison build with. So that's interesting of note. Look at the shops. We're praising Sir Walter Cooler in this very moment. He's the best boy. He gives your water ice cold or lukewarm, to say the least. Kev's armory is pretty good, but I don't know, by day 3 post-analysis, it doesn't give the middle item there, isn't enchanted. Because normally, Kev's armory middle item is always an enchanted shield item. So, just bear that in mind. I also pick up a security camera. Very important there to give our shield crit, and namely force field crit, because force field does big damage, and critting with it is very nice. And then we're speculating on Blast Door here. They removed this item last patch and brought it back. It had 12-second cooldown. Now it's up to 20-second cooldown. It was quite strong before, so they did have to take it out and I guess readjust it. But 20 seconds is a very big cooldown. You have to get a lot of cooldown to make that thing work. Yes. Take the Rogue Scrapper fight again here, it seems. Get the level up, and as I think I note in a run, if you're going to use the armored core or weaponized core as like a main source of scaling, you really want to upgrade them. I'm tempted to upgrade blast doors, but just does not seem worth it, especially at the moment. And we come across a skill vendor, which is super rare to say the least. And we get this is one of the best things we could have gotten. What's it called? Defense grid? What's it called? Yeah, defense grid. This is name and skill. Start of each fight, gain a shield equal to 10% of your max HP. So now, the start of our fight, we gain a shield that we could smack our opponents with. That's super cool. And so the more HP we get, the stronger this build's going to become. And just stacking HP is good in general. So we start this fight with a 66 damage force field, right? So it's not big yet. However, as the run goes on, it's just going to get better. Whether we level up, whether we take like snack time, chocolate bar encounter, doesn't matter. It's a way to scale up. Kind of a close fight there, but we do lose to the pig dog. Unfortunately, I have a cat tail here. Do you see the cat tail? It's right here. And we've gotten the most amount of skill shots I think I've ever seen. We get to upgrade defense grid. So now we get a shield equal to 20% of our max HP at the start of the fight. Big fins, we're getting more HP. This is all great. And I believe we're even strong enough to beat the Hydro Dude. And now we actually want to throw back in our shield items. Just so we have some scaling shielding for our damage. And security camera here is pretty important, right? Again, critting with our shield items is very good. The item itself is on like an 8-second cooldown. It's not all that good. But the passive, right? 20% crit is so good is what I think I'm explaining here. I'm just guessing by my gestures with the mouse. See, I have an extra mouse here. Silver tier skills. What do we get here? Haste, sure. Captain Charge isn't bad. We could probably roll for better stuff, but it's really expensive to roll, and Captain Charge is generic good for now. Scrap is kind of mediocre. We are broke. It gives us some money and technically some damage and shielding, so take it anyways. But right now, my mindset is level up to get HP. And more skills, right? Yeah. Blast Door still being like 19.2 second cooldown is insane. The one thing I will say about Blast Doors is if you upgrade it to Diamond Tier, its charge time goes up to 4, so it's very good. And see, this pig here also has a defense grid spiky shield. It's just unfortunately, spiky shield is a lot worse item than force field. Like, yes, it's a medium item, but it's an 8-second cooldown compared to a 4-second cooldown, which oftentimes can like determine the fights. Like, his spiky shield did 20 damage there that entire fight, while our force field literally killed him. Yeah, I'd be surprised if I take anything besides XP, because the upgrades aren't super relevant for this build. Upgrading security cameras nice, sure, but like any of the other items are kind of mid. besides our core, if we're, again, using that to scale. In the back of my mind here, I'm like, really want to use blast doors. But we'll see. I don't know why. Like, I should have blast doors out, duct tape in, something else in. Just like, but part of me wants to like really test this. Force field goes off twice before it goes off once. Force field almost goes off 3 times before it goes off. So like, not really gaining that much value here, to say the least. Get a bomb squad, super cool. And we do get to upgrade our armored core. I wonder if taking the skill options is better. Yeah, not really sure. But unfortunately, this is like the only way to upgrade your core. Of course, there's simian skills. You know, like there's one skill that just like upgrade your core, but that's so rare. You used to be able to upgrade your core by other means besides taking the generic upgrade reward. But yeah, kind of said you have to spend those on your core if you want to use your core, basically. That's what it comes down to. But we get another skill shop, and we get more shielding. Rerolling here would be super greedy. Here's how I do it. I don't, right? No way I would. I reroll. And you should have just took the good stuff, Rob. Should have just took the good stuff. We get some crit on our non-weapon stuff, which is, I guess, okay. Guy has a rapid thaw build. Some burning matchbox and stuff. Freezes our force field here, but look at that big crit. 20% crit. Take those. I don't think he's beating us either way, though. Defense crit is getting a ton of value here now. It's starting to. I'm just going in. Like, defense crit is super sick. The most important thing with defense grid is firing off your force field as fast as possible. That's how you cash in on that big shield. Nonetheless. And the docks feels pretty good as a shield build because you get a shield item for free. Be any shield item. Go to the Aerodome. And I think I wasted a decent amount of money here. No, I just take the small item shop. So I also have duct tape, cool LEDs back in because they speed up the core faster than other items. And that's the most important thing at the moment. Right here, we're taking the fight that gives the most XP. Because we really do want to get to our enchantment. At level 10, showing off my cat right now. I'll try to. Ooh, the opportunity was missed. It was me showing off my cat. And of course, we're going to Fortis, right? Although I'm contemplating whether or not to get some haste skills because we don't have too much haste. But we get Reserve Shield. Reserve Shield's very good, but so is Titanium Casting. Reserve Shield scales better into the late game. Gives us extra incentive to skill HP. So we ever come across a battery, now battery becomes like a better defense grid as a skill. Because you know you can guarantee the when you use a large item deal damage clause with battery if it charges it basically instant when you fire it off again. I have some videos explained to Dooley double tap build. But basically comes down to the nut and bolts of having force field and having battery, having them on like the same cooldown basically. But yeah, it's day 6 and we're dealing tons of damage, right? In the meanwhile, we're just passively gaining XP and gaining HP. That's the best things we can be doing right now. And boy howdy, we're about to encroach on day 7. This is the magic number. And then I'm also like freaking out over here because Vanessa has a diamond tier forklift on day 6. I don't know how you do that. You would have had to get like a forklift early on and then somehow take the foreman fight and get another forklift. But like, yeah, that's crazy to me. I don't even know how you do that. I'd be so curious how her run looked up until that point. But even as a diamond tier forklift on day 6, stood no chance against us. He was scaling up, but we scaled like the moment we click fight. And we get reserve shield upgrades. So I want to highlight, this is where it starts. Take notes of all the events. We get max HP from Finn. So far, 2 fantastic events in a row since the start of the day. Tons of HP, more shielding for our items, and reserve shields upgrade. Awesome. Now we take the Radiant Corsair. I'm feeling pretty confident because he stacks burn, but not all that fast. Plus, look at her shield. This is kind of awkward though. His shield survives with 14, or his HP he survives with 14. We have to do another force shield smack, but it's irrelevant. We take half damage from the burn, and we're still stacking shield this entire time. So cool. We win this fight. Awesome. A lot of XP, but we get fiery rebirth, and now I'm freaking out. I'm actually freaking out here, and I want to like move my camera. Just for this recording, you see my facial reactions. Oh yeah, look at two momos. This is crazy. Anyways, fire rebirth. So this is 3 straight hours during this day. Insane. We level up and look at this pog. Do we see this pog? This is a pog champ right here because I'm highlighting Celestial Conduit. So we get to enchant our force field item so it can't be slowed or destroyed. That's basically the only counter in this build at this point. I mean, essentially. Not like, there's other things, but like, those are the big things. The next day, I haven't seen it yet. I see it now. Dooley's Workshop. Pog number 2. Take notes. We get to go here, upgrade our core for free. So that allows us to upgrade something else better. And right now, I'm freaking out. This is like the Vince Mayhem or Mahoney or whatever, like from WWE. Just like freaking out here. And that's where we transition right now. Okay, I'm back, MoMoVs The Bazaar. I had a bit of a PC malfunction, namely the cat stepping on the power button. So I'm hoping I probably did commentary over the past, or maybe I fixed it. Either way, we're back into it. So crazy stuff has happened thus far. And we get to upgrade the core max HP. This is, again, everything we want and more. Cool. I think Curio gives us the best upgrades potentially. HP, crit, cooldown. More crit. So again, the most important things is this thing critting and giving it cooldown as well. Icicle might be good, honestly, at this point. And we get all the cooldown available to us, so that's very nice. I guess giving it some shield and damage is okay as well. A little bit more damage, why not? Okay, and we're so back. So back. So I was worried that the footage was just completely destroyed, and I would have been very sad because this is an insane run to show you guys. But anyways, we're carrying on. Into the groove of things. But yeah, I was kind of freaking out too. I was like, this is crazy. We had such crazy board, crazy skills, etc. Like if they don't burst their shield down, we win. If they get rid of our shield, we don't win. It's kind of that simple. As you can see, burn only does half damage to shield, so quite the counter to that, to say the least. To say the least. See, this is what I'm talking about. Relax. We want this in the second half to guarantee a win. Okay, you can sell Fixer Upper now. It's a good amount of gold. We just got 4 free. And skill shops. This is the most amount of skill shops I've ever seen offered, I think, in a run. But they're expensive. Big numbers is ideal. If this crits, we're super big jump. But the nice part is now the run kind of just plays itself out in a way, you know? We are Radiant Force Field Gaming, which again, I think I said before, this is the best upgrade for this. Crit skills are pretty good. But we'll go to Simeon. We can get some haste here. Pretty good. Pretty good. We go to Hattie. Okay. Snack time was really good, but this is more fun, though. Spin the wheel, baby. There's quite a few prizes I haven't gotten here yet. I've gotten the gold. I might have gotten this one. When you sell this, upgrade your leftmost item. That's kind of neato burrito. Okay. And I think funny enough, upgrading security camera is the best thing we can get. At least right now, right? We may find better stuff. Force field upgrades, pretty chill. Bunker. I don't really like bunker. We're not going to run bunker. I'm curious if we fire this off now just to give this more crit, but I feel like we can be gritty. Greedy. I don't know what we really want to upgrade, but we'll hold on to it. We would upgrade the core if it wasn't already diamond tier. So it's also force field dueling, but he doesn't have the good skills. He is toxic on his. Well, we have 2,000 damage on ours. So that's very good. So besides getting HP, the next best thing we can do now is just get stuff that speeds up the core, I think. As I stretch my leg, maybe some freeze skills and such. Go to your loot potentially. Cinders is okay at best. Friends, more skills. Keep throwing it at me. More haste, more better. You get the haste 2 items with this now. The passive here is very good. We can get haste potion. But XP is king, baby. Although there's really nothing from this fight we want. You could argue to take the other fight. You can't even play the music. The fights are over so fast. We got skills. I guess if we ever poison, that's cool. Temporary boost is good, but we're strong enough. We don't need it. We get to do this wonderful shop again. More crit. HP. Reroll. Now our funds are starting to get kind of low. HP and damage, and we're big chillin'. Cool. We don't really care about upgrades. Honestly, Ice Skull upgrade would probably be like the best thing we could realistically go for. Or upgrade to Eagle Talisman to give us more crit, but skills are game breaking in this spot. Big numbers. And there we have it. We have secured 81% crit. Now we have Pearl's Dig Site. We can get some crazy stuff. When you burn, this gains burn. Flashbang, slow all enemy items. They probably do a little bit better. Ace Boots. Rainbow Potion's okay. This does all the things. Burns, poison, slows, etc. This is a Diamond Tier Beta Ray. It's probably pretty good. Arc Blaster's not bad. Anything that also speeds up the core is good to look out for. And this does, because the core speeds it up. Not bad. Probably could have did better stuff, but you know, it's pretty good. So 81% crit is a big number. Only getting 20% from security camera, but the guarantee crit is makes or breaks some fights going forward. Not that one in particular, to say the least. Yeah. Now, big boy damage going on here. Ooh, Kev's Armory. We could just take the chocolate bars, but shielded motherboard. Nah. Shielded Omega Ray. Oh, Chrono Barrier. Solid. It's already diamond tier. We could probably do away with. That's a lot more money than I expected. You know what? We're gonna do the sun cool LEDs. The more charge time is important, but Chrono Barrier wins games. I will say, items definitely not taken enough in my eyes, but definitely more important than 20 crit. A whole 2 seconds longer it takes for your enemy's items to go off is quite nuts. Games are often decided by seconds. Go for the battery here. If we get battery, we have kind of the best board. But we can potentially find it. More shield skills, more. Just take a diamond tier skill, right? What the heck? Free skills is how we upgrade the board. Everything else is like such minor upgrades. Maybe get a feather. We do get a feather. The cooldown on this bad boy. Give a little reroll action. Alright. Not bad. Again, mostly marginal upgrades here and there. Travel almost anywhere. Back to the carrier shop, sure. I mean, we went there before. What's going to stop us from going there again, right? This is damage. We really don't care about damage. We have our damage in form of shielding. just through curio shops and stuff, up to 56% crit. We're only getting 50% from big numbers, so we've definitely gotten a decent amount. 1% cooldown. Didn't do anything, but still take it. HP. Alright. Yeah, everything I'm doing is just slight optimizations at this point. Ever so slight. Funny enough, we really don't need the core even at this point. But it's nice to have. There's some really good skills associated with just having it on board. Big crit. Yeah, like it's our perma haste for all our items is super sweet. Big boy damage. He didn't even get to do anything. 5.5 seconds due to the well, it was probably even longer, right? But no, it was. Chrono barrier wins games. Even if you're not a shield build, chrono barrier wins games. Slow items, meh. Big fins. Gold tier loot. Gunpowder's okay. If we get like an atomic clock, I would consider taking that. Just gonna get some chocolate bars instead. We know that's a guarantee upgrade on our board. Ooh, Awakened District. We can get another basically another force field in a way. We'd run it for the memes, I think. Get Landscraper. I don't know if we run Landscraper. It's all like incremental upgrades. I've been faulted in the past for taking building crescendo when not needed. And I don't think it's needed here. Like, it's nice, but can be detrimental. Nice. Frozen shot's so good. So if we don't win, we're going to start freezing their items. That's the good news with that. Poison. I guess throw poison on this. Looks pretty. Exposing toxins value. Ah, you thought there was no reason to take poison. I gotcha. The minor reason to take poison here is if we get a skill that's the paralytic whatever, is every time you use a poison item, freeze an item. Again, minor upgrades, but can be upgrades nonetheless. I wonder if this triggers off both cores. I never actually tested that. The core, this is the core, this is the core. Because they both count as cores. I wonder if it counts only once or twice. That would be something for science. Alright, the Wish Gamer, let's see. Should be the last match at the Matcherino Cappuccino of the, the round. Bonk. What if we had Bonk, but better? Just honor board. Guy's not even going off. Oh, he does big damage though. That could have been potentially a match we lost, but no. Ambush kind of counters defense grid. Let's recap. He used all his items once that entire match. While us. That paints a picture. So, without further ado, everybody, we got this far. Hopefully the past recording's okay. Anyways, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with MoMoVs The Bazaar, our perfect 10-win victory. Bye-bye.